Hello, welcome to Boardgame Basecoats, and today we are unboxing Aquicorn Cove. Now, I knew a couple things about the game before I got it. First, it's supposed to be based off a storybook or something. I've never read it. It has an ecological type theme, and that interested me because it's got some kind of pollution mechanic. And yeah, it's got some great art. Alright, so those all attracted me to it. That said, there was just one point that I really wasn't sure about, and that was the title. So Aquicorn. Yeah, it took me a while to figure out, yeah, it's aquatic unicorn. Yeah, but figured that out finally, so let's go ahead and crack this open and see what we've got. Alright, so first off, a square rulebook. Never a favorite when they have the square rulebooks, but it's not huge. It's only really annoying when the box is huge and the square rulebook is massive. Alright, so got a nice, nice colors, so this should look great on the board, or on the table. Yep, that looks real nice. Moving on, so yeah, you see here there's like a track, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's the track at the bottom of the board. Maybe that tracks the phases of the game. Not really sure. Here it looks like it's describing the boat mechanics and the pollution. Here is the village itself and those building tiles, okay, because you are building up a little village. And end of round and winter, okay, so weather. Okay, so weather looks like something we got to deal with, and seasons. Ooh, prosperity and reef health, wow. Okay, I wonder if these tables are essential to gameplay. Oh, I hope not. If they are, they should have been on the back cover. But yeah, we've got a little breakdown there of the symbols. Alright, moving on. We've got an ad. Alright, so an ad for another game. Okay, looks like the same artist, maybe? And here's the storybook. Read the book that inspired the game. Alright. Oh, and a catalog. Very cool. I actually think I have probably half the games in here from Renegade. I like their stuff. Seeing catalogs like this really throws me back to the good old TSR days, when they'd throw catalogs in with their box sets and such. Ooh, role-playing. I have to check that out. Looking for a system. Alright, very cool. Moving on to components. Punch boards. Nothing better in life. Now, I'll warn you guys right now, there's actually a lot of different types of tokens on here that does require some separating. So first off, some building tiles, and then I just go willy-nilly popping these out. We got aquicorns, punching out the boat tiles. We've got fish. There's a fishing net right there. Yeah, and actually you do need to separate some of these to play the game for setup. So fair warning, you do need to do that. Alright, here are some large food tokens, and here are some small building supply tokens. Alright, so as I was punching all of this, I just punch them out because of their shape, and that's usually how I group them, and that's how I think of them. So it does kind of annoy me when tokens have the same shape but different functions. Here, as I'm punching out the pollution tiles, that said, these, and here's an empty net, these will get mixed in, and so while they do have different functions, and yes, you'll have to do some organizing as far as setup goes, as the game goes, they will get mixed together. And oh yeah, by the way, so these building token tiles, whatever they're called, yeah, originally I just thought, oh, money. But no, they've got a big old fancy name. So I'm sure it has something to do with the buildings. I don't know if it's generating income or you need those to swap stuff out for the coins to get those buildings. Anyway, here is that fishing boat, and as you can see there, it's got spaces for the fish and the pollution and the nets and all that good stuff. Here are the small food tiles. So you have fishing, and then I believe it's farming. Okay, and if I remember right, you can farm and not pollute, or maybe it was farming that pollutes or building that pollutes. I don't know, but anyway, you've definitely got this not just an economy to deal with, but an ecology to deal with. All right, so definitely things to be careful of as you build. All right, so that was kind of a nice idea, and as I say, that was definitely one of the draws for me. This last punch board really does have the a variety of the tokens again, and most of the fish. All right, and that finishes off the punch boards. Well, let's move on. Here is the game board, and man, that looks really good, and it's got lots of info on it, nice and clean. At the top there was some weather or something. We've got the ocean, we've got maybe a round tracker here at the bottom, or at least description of the phases. We've got, it is not double-sided. We got the squares there for the building tiles, so yeah, looking forward to seeing how that all looks on the table. Here's a fishing bag, Aquicorn Cove, really nice, feels good. My hand fits in, it's fine, should be big enough. It reminds me of the old Chivas Regal bags, you know, color and everything. All right, moving on. We've got some other plastic bags, 1, 2, 3. Now it's a 4-player game, so I would have put in 4 bags so that I could have each player with their own bag of stuff, because that's usually how I like to store things. Anyway, moving on the dice. This was the final component here that sold me on the game, by the way. They are etched. Manufacturers, please make etched dice. You know, we've got that new painting process. Yeah, that's fine and fancy, but no, etched dice rock. Anyway, here are very nice meeples. I was kind of iffy about them because they look very fragile, but yeah, they actually feel okay, like they would stand up to some play. Here's a very nicely patterned insert, and I'm looking at it like, ooh, it's nice, but goodbye. Yeah, I don't keep inserts. Yeah, me and inserts, they just don't work. And the fancier, it doesn't matter if they're fancy, it doesn't matter if they're plastic. Yeah, almost without exception, they're gone. So I do appreciate the nice details, though. All right, here, of course, are the cards, and as I mentioned earlier, each character will have their own little deck. So let's go ahead and separate these up, and ooh, there we go. So that nice little pattern repeated here, and I do appreciate it when the colors are different enough. So we got that green, we've got this kind of bluey color, and then we've got these red ones. So these are the Aquicorn cards, and look at that art. I wonder if the art here is art from the rulebook, or if they made unique art for the game, or a mixture of the two. Regardless, it really does look great. Here are the event cards. It's not a huge stack. Weather, got some stuff happening with the fish. More weather, and more fish. All right. So, events, very focused in. These are called the player aid cards in the rulebook. It just says reference. I'll always just call them the reference cards. And as you can see here, yep, each player gets one, so 4-player game. I wonder if you can play less with 4, if this is one of those games where you have to have 4 for it to function. Huh. I really don't like games that do that, but that require you to have a certain number of players, so we'll see how it goes, though. So, as you can see here, at the top, it's got the art specific to the character, but it's also got a symbol at the bottom. So as you can see, we've kind of switched gears here to a different character. They've got a different symbol at the bottom, that kind of flowery, planty border. And I'm glad that they included that, because sometimes in the pictures at the top, you'll have like a group shot like that one. So it makes it kind of tricky to figure out, well, whose is whose. Now, as I was going through these cards, I knew very little of this, but right here, yeah, we've actually switched to a different kind of card. These are the villager cards, alright, so the backs are the, ooh, that's nice art. The backs are the same between the character cards and these villager cards, but the symbol there at the bottom, yeah, look at that, nice art. Yeah, I'm really digging the villager cards. It's the symbol at the bottom that differentiates them, and I'm not sure the relationship between these villager, ooh, nice, between these villager cards and the character cards. So, is it like a mini deck building thing? It seems kind of odd that you might have like hidden information, because my impression is that this would be a cooperative game, because you are going to try to work together. You've got this goal of building up your village, but you've only got one boat. You've got to manage your pollution. You're getting your food, building your buildings. So it is cooperative. So it seems kind of odd. So maybe, you know, your hand is open, but I don't know. We'll definitely see how it goes. So, all in all, game looks really nice. I am looking forward to getting it on the table. I appreciate you guys stopping by. Thanks a lot. Bye.